Hi guys, and welcome to this unboxing. Haven't done an unboxing for quite a while. People may recall I did a few unboxings and really took a break for Qiyi for a couple of months. So having just got back and quite pleased I haven't lost much time on most puzzles, decided to catch up on a couple of the most important cubes that I missed, most important puzzles that I missed while I was away. So this is an order from the UK Qube store, which I think I've only ordered from once before. Only 2-day delivery. Also, much more favourable in price in the UK at the moment, given the exchange rate of the UK pound. So in here there should be a Qiyi X-Men design Megaminx. There should be a Yuxin 6x6, and there should be a Qiyi Stickerless Skewb. I just about got that out. So without further ado, let's unbox. Okay, first thing I can see is a quite large box for the X-Men design. Now that actually isn't as ordered, although there's going to be a little bit of a, we'll come on to that. Let's just take them out of the box to start with. So there we are. Okay, the X-Men Galaxy Megaminx comes in 4 varieties. It comes in a convex, concave, plain and sculptured. Now this appears to be the sculptured, although I did actually order the plain. However, having said that, the reason why I didn't go for the sculptured is because the 2 Dayan Stickerless I originally went for what is the equivalent of the sculptured with the ridges. Didn't get on with it, bought the plain, and that is my main Megaminx at the moment. So I thought, because I prefer the plain to the sculptured for Dayan, I would for the X-Men design. So it may be that those aren't just ridges on the corner, it's ridged all over. So it's not a bad thing. I may, depending on how good this puzzle is, I may go on and order the plain design and hopefully receive a plain design. Next along the line is this is more for completeness as anything. I used to solve the Skewb very, very slowly. Didn't put any effort into it, and in fact the couple of months I've had off cubing I've forgotten how to solve the puzzle in its entirety. So it's not a huge puzzle for me, but it is probably the only puzzle that I don't have stickers. Been really waiting for this puzzle. I don't know if any of you follow my YouTube. I most recently posted a mean under 4 minutes, which with the UK cut being 5 minutes and my official mean being over 5 minutes, making some good progression on the Moyu Asu 6x6 Stickerless. But you'll notice that they're all sort of pastel shades, so there's pink instead of red. Now it doesn't seem to hurt my solving, but the one thing I do like, I actually use the Yuxin 5x5 as my main. I was using the Moyu Yuxin, but I found after a few people, after a number of solves, it basically started getting a lot slower and a lot more sluggish, where the Yuxin has that speed to it. Now the only thing with the Yuxin is some people say that the red and green is close. I actually quite like it, quite used to it, and I'm hoping that the shades on the 6x6 are going to be similar, although I can see straight off the bat that the colour's different there, but people have said the shades are nice on the Yuxin 6x6. Anyway, let's get this one out of the way. I say get it out of the way simply because I am terrible at solving this thing. It's not a puzzle that really interests me that much. As I said, it was more for completeness of the collection being stickerless that I got this. I'm going to have to relearn Skewb I use Sarah Strong's beginner method. So for an unboxing, there's not much I'm going to be able to tell you about this. And if you're any good with Skewb, I've probably tried it anyway. I mean, it seems a lot looser than my last one, which I believe was also Qiyi. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm not going to go into any in-depth review or say how it turns. You know, seems to have some corner cut in there because I'm not an expert. So I'll pop that one back there. Or which are we going to try first? Okay, given that I've got Megaminx Scramble up here, I think that's an omen. I think we should start with the. Now this has been eagerly awaited, and this is the puzzle really that's spurred me to actually place an order. You know, there was a couple of cubes I wanted, but you know, not many enough that warranted me. You know, nothing that I wanted enough to warrant me putting an order in. But this, you know, really did. Now, immediately the colours look really nice. It's nice to see that it's in the same colour scheme. The ridge, you know, let's have a comparison of colours, shall we? Now, I saw one blue. Now, you've got quite light greens. The good thing I can see straight away is sort of the red and orange are quite different in colour. The two blues are quite different in colour. The two sort of, you know, the yellow and cream are further away in colour than this. I do have, I think it's the Yoo-hoo, can't remember the make, but I do have the Yoo-hoo. I actually like the turning of the Yoo-hoo, but my main problem with this puzzle is how close the two blues are together. You can see how close the two blues are, and since I solve on blue cross, so I have blue is my starting colour and my finishing colour, there can be quite a bit of confusion. It turns nicely, but you know, you're always, you know, with a stickered puzzle, you can always replace the stickers to, you know, shades that suit yourself, but you're always very much with the manufacturer and the lap of the gods to find out, you know, what the Stickerless shades are like, because obviously you can't change them. So it's quite nice to see here that, you know, those seem quite a bit apart. Now, I've been told one thing, if you've been watching my YouTube channel, you'll realise that I've got down to sub 3 on Megaminx. Now, one thing, I think it's just old, late 40s hands, but whilst I can do U's like that, I'm not very fast at doing U's that side, and mainly it's because this puzzle's quite stiff and it locks up quite a bit. It probably doesn't lock up for a lot of people, just for me and sort of the age of my hands. Now, I have heard that this doesn't lock up much, so I'm going to just try some couple of turns. I can see that that's going to be really fast. It's a bit of locking, but you know, my turning isn't very accurate. Yeah, it's got a lot of promise. This, I'm loving the shades. Let me just solve this back to, and then perhaps I'll do a sample solve on it. Okay, let's do a sample solve. I can instantly feel just scrambling it that it's, you know, really smooth. Right, see what we can do with this, shall we? It's going to take me a little bit of a small while just to get used to the new shades, but they, you know, I certainly think that they, in the long term, are going to be a lot better. Unfortunately, I do spend quite a bit of time on Megaminx looking for pieces. I suppose it's the same with anyone, just with the sheer number of pieces that there are on the puzzle, that you know, you're going to end up in a situation where you're just spending more and more time compared to a 3x3 finding pieces. Right, so that's my first set of layers done. Moving on to the typical man. Can't multitask, can't talk and solve at the same time. Right. Can feel straight away that it's going to, you know, it's feeling better and better almost by the second. So, you know, that bodes really well. See what it looks like on the, oh, very nice on the corner comms. Well, there you go. Said I was just about sub 3, and that shows there. Going to do a bunch of solves on that, and possibly do a fuller review, seeing as Megaminx is an event I'm concentrating on. I've got a competition in early October, so obviously that's about 6 weeks away, and I'm only able to attend the Sunday, so concentrating on the events that are going to be held on the Sunday, including Megaminx. So, yes, early impressions, I'm instantly going to swap it to my main, and, you know, see how it goes, but very, very nice puzzle. One thing I just sort of say, where most stickerless puzzles, so if you look here, most stickerless puzzles, the whole pieces of the sticker are the stickerless colour. One thing that's evident here is the stickerless part are actual caps, because the inner puzzle is a different is a uniform colour. Right, Yuxin 6x6. Oh, quite liking the colours of those shades. I'm wondering whether Yuxin had some feedback on how close their red and orange were on their stickerless puzzles, because the Yuxin 3x3 had the same shades as my Yuxin 5x5. And, you know, it certainly seems that red is deeper. You can see quite clearly deeper. It's almost like it's, you know, they're trying to make the colours further apart from each other, as they should, you know, the contrast better, because the red's darker, but the yellow seems more fluorescent, the orange looks the same, obviously white, blue, and the green looks darker. So, first turns. Probably just need some breaking in. just finding a little bit of misalignment. I have heard a few people turn around and say that they found that a spring swap works well. But I also, yeah, there seems to be a lot of, it seems to corner cut better. So here's the Moyu Asu, and you see, if you go line to line, you get quite a bit of resistance, where here, it seems to allow it to move, but at the expense of possible misalignments. Now, it also, this cube does feel very dry, yet if I look inside, it's got some sort of factory lube. Or from the supplier. So jury's out at the moment, but let's do a solve on it. I prefer the size. The size is smaller, and I think that's a good thing for me. Quite a sandy feel. I say where some cubes have a bit of resistance, and that resistance point is if you were to push it further it would pop. This seems to not offer much resistance on a misaligned turn, meaning that you could quite easily misalign it and get pops on misalignments that you'd have to fix. Now, to be fair, I tend to grip cubes quite tightly. And because of that, I tend to be in a position where, I'm always getting misalignments on 7x7. I'm going to try playing with my tensions, because that's got quite frustrating of late. Nearly there. Okay. So, we have a scramble. See, I have a bit of misalignment there. It's got some promise, and I do love the cube size. I just worry that possibly with my vice-like grip when solving, that misalignment might actually be more hindrance than it is to some. But yeah, the jury's out. Let's have a look. I don't know, to be fair, the solve's going quite quickly. I'm about on course where I should be at this point in the solve. Right. Yeah, for edge pairing, actually this is looking very promising for edge pairing. For the differentiation in colours. Right, on to the last last 4 edges. I don't think this is going to be sub 4, but still. Well, there's a possibility it will get close, I guess. But depends if I can even do the cross properly. As I suspected, the 3x3 stage is actually quite nice, as long as I grip it hard enough that, you know, oh, didn't know where I got into on the PLL parity. Okay. Certainly that has a lot of promise. I think it's going to get better with being broken in. I will be intrigued to see if I'm tempted to go down the route of the spring swap. But some people say that the spring swap helps the outer layers, but then, or helps the inner layers, but doesn't help the outer layers. I forget. But, you know, looking at a comparable size, there's a couple of, you know, there's a significant couple of mil difference in those puzzles. I also find this, even after breaking in for a while, you know, I haven't done that many solves on this, to be fair, but it just doesn't seem to be breaking in very quickly, and I was considering taking it apart. Added to that, the pink doesn't seem to put me off though. You know, I will persevere with that. You know, not bad for a first solve on it. I suppose I average, you know, I've just done a sub 4 mean of 3 on film a few days ago. I suppose I average about 410. 415, so it you know, bad on a par. So yeah, in summary, Skewb, what do I know? The Qiyi X-Men design Stickerless sculptured Galaxy Megaminx, what a mouthful, and the Yuxin 6x6. Those two, I'll be doing some, you know, a few solves in over the next few days. That will go in the drawer. Thanks for watching.